Okay. You want to go ahead?
I sure can, yeah.
Okay.
So we had, as probably all of you know, we actually have 7 CWPPs that we do, each of them on a 5-year cycle. So it was the Greater Bend and the City of Bend's turn this time around to have that revision in place. So we took a few pieces, incorporating cohesive strategy as we have been doing the last couple previous plans to Bend. Essentially, for us, what's really working for our residents, for our stakeholders, is just reorganizing the action plan according to those goals and how they can achieve the goals and the tenets of cohesive strategy through their actions on the ground. Some important pieces we added this time for Bend. One of the big pieces is we actually added a big portion on business resiliency and businesses planning for wildfire, and essentially some scary statistics about what will happen if they don't prepare. It was actually some data I pulled from, I think, a 2012 FEMA study from a community that they did a study in Colorado on businesses that were impacted by any disaster. And some of the results I'm hoping will, help us open the door for conversation with our business owners, especially in Bend, because there are quite a few here that they rely heavily on tourism and on ecotourism for the Deschutes National Forest just 10 minutes away. The next piece that we added is we are one of the fortunate recipients of the CPA, so the Community Planning Assistance for Wildfire with Molly. So we kind of laid some of the groundwork for that process because this revision got done before we were able to dig into CPA quite a bit more. So with Molly and City of Bend's guidance, we added a lot of base stock language that we can then add on to once CPA is done with their analysis. And I think the final big thing that we added to this one was kind of our first stab at a post-fire recovery appendix for residents. It's essentially designed to be an appendix to the document, but also a standalone document that we can share with everybody. So it was, definitely with the guidance of our emergency manager. We're working on kind of redoing our evacuation guides. The idea to come up with a post-fire recovery, pamphlet or handout for folks was something that we really wanted to see come up. And it just dovetailed really nicely with the CWPP. So those were some of the new pieces that we added, and as we continue down the road, we have Redmond and a few others coming up this year and next. We'll keep trying to innovate as we move forward with each of our plans.
And this is it. I think the only thing I would just encourage people, we did post a draft of this plan. That we're now in the final stages of just gathering signatures and concurrence. But the draft is up on Podio. Take a look at it if you get a chance. Send us any thoughts on what worked or didn't work, because like Allison said, we're constantly working on these. So anything that we can learn and incorporate into the Redmond plan, we'll be starting on that one this summer or fall. So take a look at it.
Thanks, Ed. Any questions for